Coach, I imagine you haven't really yet done a deep dive into the bracket yet, but just initial thoughts about the seed and the region.
Well, no, I really haven't. I just told the team, and really we got to look at it like it's a Charlotte Invitational right now. So that's St. Petersburg, and then we'll go from there. But you know, I congratulate our guys because you don't ever take this time of year for granted, and the fact that they've worked hard all year to put themselves in position to earn the seed they've gotten, and I think they'll be excited to play. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind they're going to be ready to play and excited to play, but it's just you don't take it for granted, and we're blessed to have this opportunity, and we've got to really try to make the most of it.
What do you feel like, or what's kind of been the message to the team since the loss, and how do you feel like they bounced back?
Well, again, I've told them a lot of stories. I've got a lot of stories I can tell, but you look at college basketball this weekend, teams that won the regular season. I don't know, I think only Connecticut won it at their postseason tournament. And you go through it. I go back the year we went to the Final Four. We lost in the first round of the Big 12 tournament to Coach Knight and Texas Tech, and I remember him grabbing me and said, "Hey, man, this is good for you." He said, "Now go win you a national championship." We got there, we didn't win it, but again, I could keep on stories after stories, but it's college basketball, and we are where we are right now. I think we know who we are and what we need to do, and we've got to, it's a whole new season. It's the postseason, but it's a new season for 68 teams that all of them are playing for a chance to win a national championship and play on Monday.
St. Peter's get your guys' attention a little bit more because of the run they went on a couple years ago?
Well, that's what I told our team. I said if I were at St. Pete right now, it'd be the first thing I'd put up right there. Say, look what happened. It can be done, and we know it can be done now at every level. I mean, we've seen a 16 beat a 1, a 15 beat a 2. And it's about our focus and getting ready, and we got to go out and we're going to have to play great basketball from here on out, because if you're playing this time of year, you're playing good basketball, and even teams like ourselves who lost 2 in a row, but you look at that board when they put it up, there's no easy games for anybody. I don't think anybody thinks it's an easy one, and because if you're playing now, you're playing good basketball.
Is there any extra significance in the guys that have been on this team having that experience of 2 years ago, winning the tournament, losing in the second round as opposed to last year, how kind of limited Zakai's injury and made a run to the second round?
I hope so. You know, I mean, what's interesting is Zakai's brother playing for St. Pete, so that's an interesting little sideline there. But the fact is, we've got some experienced guys that have been there, and I think that will help. Certainly hope so. And as I said last year, really proud. We talked about it yesterday with this group, how with Zakai down last year, how hard those guys fought to get where we got to the Sweet 16, and I expect this team to have the same attitude to get there and hopefully further. But we got to take care of round 1 and against a team that, again, if they're in it, they're capable.
Did you happen to see the 7th seed?
I did.
Texas.
Huh?
Texas.
Oh, at Texas, yeah, I saw that. Honestly, I thought you're sitting there thinking, well, is it going to be Texas or Clemson?
Is it a reward for the season to get to play close to home? You feel like?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we could have won out. Who knows? Maybe we could have worked our way up. But I tell our guys, I don't care where you start. Everything gets the matchups and what you got to play, and everybody. I mean, every game's tough. There's a lot of scrambling going on right now. Coaches making calls to find out everything they can. I like the fact that we're getting to play Friday. I think hopefully we had a good workout today, and trying to stay on our routine as much as we can. But I think we'll have a good lot of people there with us. And I told our team we did in Nashville too, and I said we got to go and not disappoint anybody, and mostly ourselves, by knowing that when it's all said and done, that we know that we played to our ability.
How much do you lean on the guys like Josiah and Santi, the experienced guys who have been through this, to explain what it's like to guys like Dalton who have never been a part of these?
Well, CBS is with us right now. You know, they got the crew back there. They've been able to. I think you guys were invited, but he said y'all didn't want to come back there. But,
That's exactly what it was.
But so, it's different, as you know. There's all eyes are on this tournament right now, and but for some of them, it's going to be new, and they're going to have to get out there. And I hope our older guys are steady enough to help those guys, because they're going to have some anxiety, obviously, and a little bit anxious about it. But we've dealt with that throughout the year here. We're just going to have to do it again.
Coach, you've been a champion for this conference all year long. How well prepared do you think you guys are and other SEC teams are because of the.
Well, again, this league is incredible. I mean, you go back, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, they were talking about, 9 teams, maybe 10 that were all still in the mix, and the fact that we ended up with what we did is remarkable because we all beat up on each other at the end of the year, and some teams got, on the back end of that where schedules played out differently, but this league has improved so much, and I'm really happy for our coaches in this league because I know how hard we all battle and work, and the players in the league. I'm happy for our league, and I think that people are hopefully understanding that this league does play great basketball, and it's gotten better every year.
Not taking it back a little bit, but what did it mean for Sakai of watching from the sidelines during the offseason, sitting beside you in that exhibition game against Lenore Ryan, for kind of his ability to see all 10 players working together, not just himself out there?
Say that again. I'm not sure if I understand what you're saying. What?
Sakai sitting on the bench watching things from the sideline, how that helped him kind of see the entirety of the game and not just his
Well,
role?
I do think, and someone asked me last week, when did I feel like Zakai was back? And I actually said I thought during the second half of the North Carolina game, I thought he was really pressing, trying to do way too much. And but I thought the second half of the North Carolina game was when he found himself. And then since that time, I think he's had a couple halves that was not characteristic of him. And only one game I can think of where I didn't think he was very good from start to finish. But he's improved so much, and seeing the game, and I think he'll continue to do that as he moves forward. But he's a guy that I mean, think about where he was a year ago this time and where he is today. He'll be. I'm going to have to make sure he's not overly amped up because I know he's going to be excited to get out there and go after it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll have players in here.